Hello, America. I'm Brent Pella, and I'm a far-middle radical centrist. For the past few years, I've had trouble balancing my opinions, which fall on either side of the political aisle, which makes it hard for me to figure out who I should be mad at. See, I know as an American, I have a civic duty to be furious about something at all times. But every time I get mad at people for denying climate change, another group pops up saying men can get pregnant. I'm emotionally unstable, and it's giving me heartburn. So now I'm diving in, issue by issue, to figure out which tribe I truly belong to. And I'm taking you along for the journey, because as a cis, straight, white, hetero male, you deserve to hear my opinion. Now, one of the most debated topics right now is freedom of speech, which is my favorite of all the freedoms. Booty hole, taco nuggets, pull up my dress and call me little pumpkin boy. Don't like what I just said? Sorry for being American.
Over the years, no place has sparked debate over free speech more than college campuses. So I'm going undercover to hear what America's youth has to say about freely saying things.
Mind if I ask you a question about free speech? It's gonna be super quick. Do you mind if I just ask you a question?
No.
Nobody wants to freely speak to me.
I'm kind of in a hurry, sorry, man.
I feel like I keep getting protested. Do you mind if I ask you a question real quick?
Yes.
You do mind? Or I can't ask?
I was beginning to lose hope that anyone would ever talk to me until...
What do you think about free speech?
It's great.
It is great. What do you think would be the best way to stop somebody from sharing an opinion that you don't agree with?
So I think there should be legislation in place.
What do you think of all the comedians that keep getting attacked?
It's insane. They're joking, right?
Always.
So it's like...
Yeah. Like if I said to you, yo, you look like the grown-up version of Jimmy Neutron. Are you going to slap me for that? I hope not.
Oh, it's funny.
Should the government be allowed to say what is and is not misinformation? Or should the person consuming the information have the responsibility to know whether that information is good or bad information?
I think the people who put out the information have a duty to know what people will believe when they say it.
Do you think there's a slippery slope between doing that and then what else the government could start to put restrictions on as far as what people talk about?
Sure.
Or do you have enough faith in the people who run our government to keep it tight?
I don't have faith in anyone.
You don't have faith in anyone? I don't have faith in anyone either.
And that's when I realized that maybe the best way to learn about people's perspectives toward free speech is to speak with someone who makes their living speaking freely. Meet comedian Johnny Mitchell, a stand-up comic who was recently attacked on stage during a performance.
Johnny Mitchell, you, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, all comedians, all attacked on stage.
And all three of us, African American. Coincidence?
You're part black?
That was a joke, Brent.
Thought you might have had a Dolezal thing going on. So what do you make of this trend of comedians being attacked on stage for telling jokes?
I just think it's so crazy that people think the way to stop somebody from saying something they don't agree with is to use violence. To be fair, I was attacked while performing at a hookah lounge. So in a way, it's my fault.
For not having a career.
Correct.
So not only do you tell bad jokes on stage, but you're also on Twitter.
Very much so.
Now, Twitter has become a platform where there's a lot of debate around whether or not it should fuel free speech in its entirety or be regulated in some sense. What is your thought on Twitter?
Well, if Twitter is going to be a place for real news, but they want to regulate it, who's regulating the regulators? And should we regulate the regulators regulating what we see on Twitter?
So you're questioning whether or not the regulators would need regulators.
Regulators.
Mount up. So just how free is free speech? If it's cold outside, should I be allowed to say it's really hot outside?
Yes.
What if I said Canadian people do not exist?
Free to say it.
What if I said I am dating your mother and your father at the same time, simultaneously?
That's well within your rights.
To do or to say?
To say. And do.
Now, what if I were to say, hey, everybody, tonight at midnight, we're all going to storm the Taco Bell down the street because they have been misreporting the amount of chalupas that they have. They actually have way more chalupas than they say that they have. So we're all going to break in by any means necessary and get all the chalupas that are rightfully ours.
I think you should not have said that, but I think you have the right to say it. And I think it should be up to the listener to decide what is true and what isn't. We just need more accountability. You fight bad information with good information.
Now, I wish I could end this segment with some type of logical final conclusion that properly balances all the different opinions about free speech. But I think I speak for anybody who truly loves free speech, including everyone at Comedy Central and The Daily Show, when I say that when it comes to free speech, what we should really do is just allow people to booty hole. Have a good day, everybody.